Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Owoh's Corner, my own little corner of art. And in today's video, today's stream, I am going to be finishing up on the face for this jogger character. And after I finish up the face and the mouth, I plan on working on another scene, giving this scene a bit of a break. I will say that progress is coming along nicely. What I want to say, or rather what I want to share, is that breaking up your animation that you're working on can be very advantageous. Likely the longest set of animation that you may end up doing is actually going to be just the body. I know for myself that the body for me took the longest to draw. But after I finished got that done, everything else has been somewhat easier, and I've liked the progress that I've been making. Also, I am up to 97 subscribers. That is pretty awesome. And I've just been loving the slow progress I've been making. It's really awesome, and I'm just really thankful to everyone who decides to tune in and check out my streams or check out some of my old videos. Thank you so much. It's really nice because I actually remember when I was younger, like in middle school and high school, I would actually, I hate to say this, I hate to expose myself, but when I was like in middle school and high school, like I would watch YouTube almost daily. I wouldn't say almost daily, but like I would watch stuff on YouTube a lot. Like I would watch funny videos. I was very much into Minecraft when I was younger too. Like that's a whole thing. When I was younger, I was very much into gaming YouTube and different gaming videos. But like as I grew up, I wouldn't say I fell out of love with gaming. It's more so like I could buy the games myself and I could play them myself. So it's like I'm sipping some coffee. So anything other than a guide or like a how-to on a video game, I didn't really watch a lot of it. But yeah, that was the time for me, like the early tens, the early 2000s, where I was just on YouTube, and like I would finish homework, then be on YouTube, or like I would do other stuff and like listen to YouTube in the background and just watch. Now I will say that what I really loved was like early pork chop and flat screen. Early pork chop and flat screen. I think that came out at around maybe 2010 or at the latest 2012. That was really popular, and I would tune into it every now and again. And the whole thing is that Amizi, I'm pretty sure he or they anime all on their own, so episodes would come out like fairly late. I think it would be like a couple months between episodes. And that was when they were just starting out. But I would remember watching their stuff. I would also watch Um, what's it called? I would also watch Hayun's Dojo, those stick fighting animations. And I will say that Camila Cuevas, her animations were really awesome, were really good growing up. And that was also another factor of how I fell in love with animation. Now, I myself, I don't really do many Segway animations. I should really start. Like, that should be something I should do. I mean, because Stickman animations, they're always fun. Speaking of sticks and lines, I need to get this mouth right. Let me actually lower curse movement a bit, see if that helps. Hmm. Let me raise it a little bit. Okay, so the issue I'm running into is even when I am very careful with my brush, when I decide to try to press as lightly as possible, I still get moments where the brush comes out bigger in places. Like right there. And I can sort of fix it, or at least to use some type of damage control where I just use the eraser button. But long term, I would in fact like to try a more permanent and poignant solution. Just to be safe, I think I'm going to set the velocity to 0. Hmm, maybe like a -5. I think I got it in a workable fashion. I at least hope so. Sorry that took so long. I've just been trying to figure. I've been trying to figure this out. Like, what I had decided to do early on is I actually had a bit of an oval brush, but what I found out was that it was taking me too long to make edits. So I just chose to use a straight round brush. And now I'm facing difficulties with that because what I want to do, or at least what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to get the lines thin enough, at least for this segment right here, because this segment in particular is happening in the background. It's just a background character. It's not meant to be important, I guess you could say. Anyway, so that's an issue that I'm running into. Wow, I think I'm nearing my 1 hour mark. Hmm, let's see how things go. Wait a second. I have been streaming for a while now. Let me check something. Uh, okay, so this stream says 1 hour and 4 minutes. Hmm. I guess something happened. I don't really know. That's strange. Anyway, what was I about to say? I was about to talk about something, and then I just blanked on it. Yeah, that's my neighbor's dog outside. I don't know if you can hear the barking, but essentially, my neighbors, they have this one poodle, or like it's a toy sized dog. Like it's a very small dog, and it's all white, and it'll like run around. It'll run into my yard. It'll run into their yard. Sometimes it'll just leave the house and roam the neighborhood. And there's another dog that, not my neighbors, but like the house on the end of the cul-de-sac where I live. They have like another small dog, and it has like a blotch of black fur around its eyes. And those two be walking around sniffing each other, you know, and you know what a male and a female dog do. Anyway, they be doing that too. And so, like earlier last spring, I was walking around and those dogs kept yipping and barking at me. The male dog, it was trying to be territorial and aggressive and just barking and running around me while I was walking, doing my daily walk jog thing. And I haven't seen it recently, but I think the female dog got pregnant or something. Anyway, like that, they haven't been letting that dog out the house in a while, and I haven't seen the dog with the black fur over its eye in a while either. Now, my neighbors, they did also get another dog, which was like this brown Chihuahua, and they let that thing free roam everywhere too. Like, I understand you have a house, you have your own lawn, it's your dog, do whatever you want with it, but at the same time, like, you can't just let your dog be wild and go wherever it chooses, because that can cause a whole lot of issues. Like, you don't know if they may bite someone, you don't know if somebody has a fear of dogs, they could get hit by a car, and anything could happen. And I love dogs. I'm a dog person. I used to have a dog. But even when my dog became an outside dog, I always made sure that gates stayed locked and that my dog was only in our lawn. It didn't go out, it didn't roam the neighborhood streets because anything could happen to it. Because it could go somewhere, get lost, or cause a ruckus or trouble for other people that live in my neighborhood. So, like, if you have a dog or if you have kids that have or want a dog, just make sure you teach them to keep their dogs, for the lack of a better word, in line. At least that would be my advice to you. To, well, anybody really. With anybody with any pet, make sure that the pet stays on your property. Because once it goes off your property, it could bring about problems. Anyway, back to this world, back to this animation. Um, it's going along pretty good, pretty fun. I'm liking how it's turning out. This is a nice project for me to work on until I find a job. And even if I and even not I'm not gonna say if. Even when I find a job and long-term employment, I still plan on streaming and I still plan on working on my pilot, working on this teaser trailer. If it's not done yet, posting on YouTube, because animation and art in general, this is my love. I love to animate. I love to draw. This is stuff that I just love doing and I love working on. I love the entire process. And I would also like to say that I am opening commissions. Commissions are open. I remember trying to open commissions like a year ago on Twitter, but nobody really came to me. I had like an ad and everything where I had some of my old works that I worked on. It was like a nice little display, everything like that, yada yada, but I didn't get any messages. Nobody came to me. And that's neither here nor there. I am more skilled now, which is a good thing. And I'm also a part of a D&D group, so and I'm just showing you right now, like if you're an artist, talk to people who play D&D. And like I'm not trying to insult or badmouth them, but they are always looking for art of their characters. Like that's what I plan on doing. I'm a part of like two D&D forums that I plan on photoshopping like a small collage of my works that I've done, and I'm going to post it and say, hey, like these are some samples, these are some stills I've done. If you want to commission me, go ahead, just DM me. I'm always open and available to talk. Like, yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. And it can be fun. Like I still have to figure out prices and stuff like that, but all in all, hey, it's something. It's something I can work on. It's something I can do until a more permanent job comes about. Let's see here. I think I might work on either another video essay, or I could try and find another tips and tricks video to work on, because another matter that I feel like I could make a video on is purging your history. because that's not really something that is talked about. And I could go in depth with that. I'll make like a rough checklist for purging and like a guide to purging or whatever. I mean, like, honestly, there's not really much I can pander to with a video like that. There's not really much to talk about. It'll probably be like just a quick 5, maybe even 6 minute video. Like, I'll go over like the details, sort of the benefits, why you need it. I might incorporate like a small personal story or whatever, and then that'll just be that video. I'm kind of sad because I haven't really. I shouldn't say that. It's not that I haven't found stuff to talk about. Like I'm a streamer. I shit. Sometimes I just pull shit out my ass and I talk about it. Like let's be honest. Let's be real. Like I share a lot of stuff over my streams, and like they'll just be spur of the moment things that I talk about or want to bring up, and that's a whole thing that sort of eats my streaming time. I'm just gonna be transparent, tell it how it is. It does eat my streaming time. It does give me a few extra minutes on my streams. And that's neither here nor there, but I should also really start taking notes when I stream, like when I just talk about random stuff, because then I can say, hey, that's a good video subject. I'll write this down for later and I'll make a video about it. Or like, hey, I could talk about this, or hey, I could go more in depth with this and that. Anyway, like, yeah, I think I'll definitely make a video about purging because I've actually noticed that people talk about art, but they don't really talk about purging in art, or at least the notion and the ability to purge. Because when I was in college and I had to animate using Photoshop, and I'm just going to tell you right now, Photoshop has the ability to animate, but Photoshop is an editing software first. And I'm going to let that sink in before I continue. So, when you are using a image editing software that has the ability to animate on top of it, and Photoshop is innately a raster program, so it uses pixels instead of vectors and shapes, you are going to eat up a lot of memory, which is why purging is good for Photoshop. I mean, purging is just good in general because it eats up the RAM of the program as well as the RAM of the computer or whatever operating system you're using, that you end up spending too much time drawing. I mean, you spend too much time waiting for your drawings to load and not enough time actually drawing or actually working on what you need to work on. So purging does come in handy. So I did, in fact, save this. Yes, it's saved. Okay. So I'm going to clear history. And so I guess I could also do a history video or like another video essay on Western resurgence, because that is something that I really like, I really love, and I've fallen in love with is sort of the Western resurgence of animation, having more serious topics in animation. And it's a lot, and you see it a lot in Netflix. Like a lot of Netflix animated content is very adult or mature, with a sort of young adult or just an overall serious vibe. Like Dragon's Blood, like the new Edge Runners, like Castlevania, other shows like that. And I think Amazon, yeah, The Legend of Vox Machina is definitely another project, as well as Ruby for its time, RWBY, and just hell of a boss. That's a whole video on its own I could talk about. I'll save that for like the video essay. Don't worry about it. And I can probably touch on stuff like early 2000s stuff, like Hayden's Dojo, Sick Man Fighting Animations. What else? Uh, Sort of like the beginning of YouTube in general, which is and was at the time sort of this new website where people could upload their own content. So ideas, planning, yada yada yada. That's for the future, guys. That's for the future. Let me get back to animating these eyebrows. That came out pretty good. I like how that turned out. Let me actually go back to the body right here. Let me right click it, properties, make it fully visible. Okay. Now I've already put this in a folder, which gives me quick and easy access to it. Yes. So these two characters are done, as well as the man sitting on the bench. The next thing I need to work on is the Wolfman who is just on his cell phone, and I also need to work on the jogger's partner. And then I will be done with this scene. Well, then I need to color it. Then I'll be done. And then I need to work on the background, this sidewalk slash road, these buildings, the floating islands in the background and floating buildings. What else do I need to work on? And I think that'll be it for scene 3. Scene 1 is complete. Scene 2, I think I need to color maybe one more thing, and then I just need to add the backgrounds in After Effects. Scene 3 is almost done. Scene 4 needs to be retouched and reanimated because there was something. Okay, I'm just going to talk about it. I didn't like how I had animated it. I didn't like the arms. I didn't like the overall motion and the actions that the character was doing, so I just decided to retry it. And now, instead of like lifting a ball of energy and just teleporting away, you're just gonna like turn around, and there'll be like a sort of portal that manifests itself, and then it'll go to the next scene, and then the final scene is going to be like the creation of their round table. And so essentially how I plan on the pilot going is that there are going to be sort of intermediary scenes where the main characters, they sort of have this round table with different chairs where the 13 come together and they sit and they talk about different things, different stuff that's going on, and then they'll cut away to like different things happening in the series. It's a whole plan. It's a whole thing. As for the laws and rules of the space, one of the characters, the the character who is sort of like second in command or who is ranked number 2, she has the ability to manipulate space, and that allows her to create sort of her magic allows her to create pocket dimensions as well as different barriers and precautions so that the entire group is sort of separated from the rest of the world so that they can talk, they can convene. It's not easy for them to be spied on or scried into. And so that's their whole thing. Like so those are like the mechanics of this pocket dimension demi-plane that they're in. What else? I guess that's it. Really, I wouldn't say this has been a short stream, but it has been. It's been a stream, guys. Okay, this has been a stream. This has been a while that I've talked to you and told you guys about my plans and this show I've been working on. And it's just been really fun to work on this, to do this, to have this idea out there. And it feels especially good to work on something while I've been waiting on a job because I'm just going to be honest. Like, I've been applying to job after job after job, and I keep getting rejected. Like, I've been rejected from studios, I've been rejected from honestly all over. Like, even Best Buy rejected me. Best Buy of all places rejected me. I haven't heard from any other places. So I'm just like, let me work on this. Let me work on this teaser trailer. If it gets off the ground, if it gets some views, then I can crowdfund and crowdsource for the show if people have enough interest in it. Just allow me to work on something because I can't put all my eggs in one basket. I can't just wait for a job and sit around the house just doing chores all day. That's not me. I hate. I shouldn't say I hate because this is like the space that I live in, and I do help around the house. I do different things like that because I'm supposed to, but I can't merely do this. I have to do something else. I have to work on something else. I have to do something that is geared towards my career. And so that's why I've been working on this because it gives me hope. In today's day and age, I think we just all need some more hope. And I don't think we just need to take a chance on stuff. Take a chance on things or take a chance on other people. Like that's what I believe needs to be done nowadays. Anyway, this was a good Friday. I've made a lot of progress. Yes, I have made progress. Um, how should I put this? I just have two more things to animate, another scene to redo, and maybe some final line art. It's coming along nicely. Everything is coming along nicely, and I've just overall really enjoyed working on this project, working on all of this. I love it. I love this. It's amazing. Excuse me, I'm a bit tired now. But yeah, don't let me keep you guys for too long. Don't let me keep talking. I guess I better end the stream now. It was really fun. It was nice working on this all. It was nice talking and getting to share some stuff with you guys. Anyway, this has been Owoh's Corner. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share even. Maybe check out some of my old videos and previous streams where I talk a bit more about this show and about my plans. This has been Owoh's Corner, my own little corner of art. I'll see you guys in my next video or my next stream. Bye.